All right, folks. It's been one hell of a dance. I'm going to label this video Intermission to the sorghum bale count contest. I'm pretty sure I expressed all the concern for the rain that was in the forecast and all the juggling from the weatherman. I tell you what, my arguing and fighting days are over, but if that weatherman was standing in front of me, the old days might just come back. Nah, I was a softie. Okay, you're about to see something pretty cool here. I just got in. We're done baling for tonight. The field is not done. I'd have kept going till midnight if I could have. There's some positives and negatives here. The positives is the rain held out until about 45 minutes ago. And I got to tell you, it was some perfect timing. I kind of, I'm no whiz, but I seen the writing on the wall. All the bales in the field, the wrapping was a little bit behind, just because that's the way it is. The forecast that was changing, but they were calling for some 70% stuff coming. Well, you give me a 70%, I'm going to take it as 100. Long story short, I unhooked the baler in the field, parked it. Now it's time to get these boys wrapped and bite the bullet. It is what it is. I would say that the field is 60%, 55% done. It took a while. I had a couple of problems. We're going to have a big positive and negative video after the sorghum is completely done, because there's a lot of positives and there's a handful of negatives. Negatives with what I have, changes and whatnot, and stuff like that. But I thought this would be a pretty cool place to take a video to tell you that we are in intermission, folks. I'm already seeing, a lot of the comments on the bale count contest begins. I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to say nothing. Personally, I'm floored. And that's it. That's all I'm saying. Please don't try and change numbers, because your first number is the one that's going to be taken. Okay? But I ended up, my last bale that I decided to shoot out before I stopped was, I don't know, I finished up a row. It was maybe a 40 incher, so I went ahead and I manual wrapped it. And I introduced these girls and a couple of boys to their first ever sorghum. It's never been planted here before. It's never been harvested. It's never been bought. It's never been fed. This is brand new to these girls. And I got to tell you, they're loving it. I can only assume fermented baleage. They're going to go crazy. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I knew they weren't going to eat it. Okay, it's a nice sight to see. This sorghum is new for us on this farm. This was a science project on this farm, and thus far I'm happy. A lot of positives and negatives. We're going to go through those on a special little video after the baling's done. Okay, let's talk about the baling. We are scheduled. We're going to get it too. We're scheduled for rain tonight and intermittent showers 5 or 6 or 7 different times tomorrow. I'm a firm believer in that we are not going to have a baling day tomorrow. But I see baling resuming Friday. Resuming and completing on Friday. That's the goal. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not too concerned about it drying out. There's a lot of yous that were correct. A lot of yous. And not that I didn't think that you were. But that stuff is a beast. Especially to dry down. There's a reason why Texas, I believe, is well known for doing dry round bales of sorghum, because I believe it's the only place that can probably actually dry it. Surprisingly, it wilted pretty nice, the top layer. But when I say top layer, I'm talking the first inch, inch and a half, maybe 2 inches. I doubt 2 inches. And then it was just sopping wet like the day it was cut, which was Monday. Today's Wednesday. I did go at this a little prematurely, but it was because of the weather pattern. Right now I'm pretty happy. I hate that the rest of it's going to get rained on here somewhat, but I think it will be okay. It will be okay. But, all right, folks, that's it. I mumbled on enough. It's late. I've had a long day. I haven't even stepped in the house from getting home from Chicago yet. Just an intermission. I'd love to take you to the field right now and show you what I've done, but that's coming sooner than later. You know, some of you engineers out there can probably figure out the bales, so that's why I'm not out there. But all is well. Stay tuned, and we'll talk to you sooner than later. Have a good night.